All right. Hello, everyone. Looks like we officially live. Welcome to another Instagram Live. We got a great, amazing guest coming on. If you don't know me, I am Ryan McCrary, also known as the Funnel Doctor. We help creative entrepreneurs grow and scale online using sales funnels and paid advertising. Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Do me a favor, share this out, put it in someone's story. Make sure you tag some folks. It's going to be a great conversation for the entrepreneurs. So if you are an entrepreneur or you know entrepreneur, make sure you get them in the room right now. Okay, let me see. 1 second. All right, so hey cuz, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, do me a favor, drop your name, where you from, your business name. We're gonna have a great conversation with someone who is killing it out here. If you're not following her, make sure you're following her, cause she definitely killing it out here. So let me so we can get this party started.
Hi,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you so much for getting on. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot going on. So
Always
appreciate
working.
you coming on.
Always working. Okay, let's see what we got in here. I'm about to send this live to a few people.
Okay.
Um, mm,
Take your time. Ain't no rush. I know you always working.
Always working, but I'm blessed. No complaints.
All right, so that's good. Okay, yeah, I see some more folks joining. You definitely want to get in the room. It's going to be a great conversation. If y'all not following this person already, make sure y'all are. Her content is amazing. One of the most consistent people I see online, really delivering results for people. So I definitely want to talk about all that tonight. But if someone has been hot under rock, they don't know who you are, of course, just a little bit about your background, where you're from, and so forth.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Annalisa, also known as Just Annalisa on Instagram and Twitter. I'm the owner of Elevated Assist. It's a virtual assistant management company. So we work with small business owners and we provide them with virtual assistants. In addition to that, I'm a virtual assistant coach. So I teach people how to make 4 to 5 figures a month being a virtual assistant from the comfort of their own home. And I'm in Dallas.
So shout out to Dallas. I gotta come back to
Yeah.
Dallas. We've been to Dallas one time.
Oh
Um,
yeah. I like Dallas so far. I've been here for a little over a year, so it's doing what it needs to do.
yeah, that's what. So I gotta come back and see. Well, I only been one time. I was talking to Tim Jackson when I saw him last week. He's like, "Yeah,
Hmm.
we got back in Dallas. I got to get you on my podcast. Got to show you around." So I definitely got to come back. I only been one time. It was for like I think I was with Andre actually.
Absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to my sister who's in the chat. Who else is in the chat? Let us know where you're from, what you do. If you know anybody looking to become a virtual assistant, anybody looking for an additional stream of income, go ahead and send this live to 10 of your closest friends. And yeah, let's get into it. Y'all might hear my dog in the background. He's playing with some toy. But
That's all good. If anybody follows you on Instagram, they're gonna see your dog all the time
you
anyway.
are my dog. You
Yeah,
are
definitely.
my dog.
Uh, and if you got any like funnel questions or you want me to touch on anything, related to that or ads and anything, of course we can talk about that if you want as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that time. People need to be preparing for Black Friday sales and all that good stuff.
Definitely.
In the building.
Yeah, we got a lot of people in the building. And Ryan, we never got switched on the account. Yeah, my bad. Just text me again, or just DM me. We make sure we get on the calendar. All right. So I am curious on. I don't think I know too much about this. Like, how did you transition into entrepreneurship? Did you always want to be an entrepreneur? Did it come later on in life, or like what was that transition like?
I mean, I feel like I could. My sister, she's in the chat. She could probably attest to this, though. We never really like our parents wasn't like really full on entrepreneurs or anything. But I feel like I always had like an entrepreneur like spirit. But I never. If you would have told me like 5 years ago you're gonna be an entrepreneur, I would have been like, girl, what you talking about? Because I never considered that. I was very comfortable with saying, okay, I'm just gonna grow and move up within the corporate ladder. And then the opportunity came up for me to be a virtual assistant, and then I went from 1 client to 4 clients to now I have a whole agency. So it's something that just really grew out of nothing. And I'm just grateful to be in this position. So I never thought I would be an entrepreneur, but I feel like even younger, I would just ask certain questions like, I wonder how much money this business makes, or how much money this location makes. Like I was already that curious about numbers. And then, yeah, my friends in the chat, I used to burn CDs in middle school. So I had my own little side hustle in middle school. I was like the go-to person to burn CDs. So I just feel like I was always had that spirit to like being able to monetize a skill set of some sort, and now it's grown into what I have today with Elevated Assist, my virtual assistant business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. I used to sell CDs back in the day too.
Yes, yes,
The bird of CDs, like all the new stuff that come out.
absolutely.
Definitely. So I am curious on how, and you did talk about a little bit, but like, how did you get into the VA space? Did you just like become a VA, like fall into it? Did you like want to do that? I'm curious on that because you definitely picked something that is really specialized and niche.
Yeah.
'Cause, I work with a lot of entrepreneurs and we consult and build funnels and do done for you work. And a lot of people as entrepreneurs, we trying to wear different hats. People got fractured focus. You're trying to do like 10 different businesses. But what I do love about what you do is like you are super niche, super focused, super consistent. Anything related to like anything VA, virtual assistant agency, like you are the go-to and you stay on brand with that. You don't deviate, so I love that. And just like, where does that come from?
Well, one, anytime I want to deviate, my friends be like, why are you already got something going for you.
Right.
Stay on track. So they always make sure, I'm focused. But for me, so Andre Hatchett was actually my first client as a virtual assistant. And then DeMarcus, please go away. He was my first client as a virtual assistant. And then after 1 month working with him, I was just like, most of the work I can do from my phone. So I was just like, hey, let me do a little bit more research and like really put myself out there. So I'm gonna say that people that really know me, they know that I used to hate social media. I thought it was weird that people would talk about their personal life. But now, I got out of my comfort zone and I just put myself out there. And I really was able to grow this business based off social media. A lot of people find me either as referrals or they find me on Instagram just because I was so focused on branding myself as the go-to virtual assistant person.
I love that. And I know it's been growing really fast. Like,
yes.
How fast has it been growing? I know you talk about it a lot, but like, how fast has it been growing? And like, of course, with social media and the content, but like, most people don't grow. A lot of people take some like years to even get to 6 figures, 7 figures, and so forth. But I know you got to 6 figures like really, really quick.
Yes.
So
I got
like
6 figures in my first year of business with my
wow.
virtual. Yes, within a year of business, which is crazy because again, like it's great growing really fast from a financial standpoint, but I did have to take a step back. Like I didn't have time to really build systems. I didn't have time to really nurture like my current clients. It was just growing so fast. So it's all a learning experience. I'm grateful for anything that didn't go, as planned. But now we're having the opportunity to just really nurture our current clients and just really build this into something strong, because a lot of people will come to Elevated Assist for our services because I know that we're not the cheapest option. I know that there are cheaper options out there, but people will specifically say, we want to work with Elevated Assist.
Right. Yeah, it's all about that branding, know, like, and trust. And what I do love about what you do as well, you're definitely focused on getting results. You know what I mean? Like a lot of other people that in business, they chase the money too much, but like you always posting something or screenshotting. And how does it feel to like be able to, number one, give results to your clients, but then also be able to help so many other people make side income or full-time income from like doing this work?
Well, absolutely. First of all, my community, they provide me with all the receipts. Like, I don't even have to ask for it. Like, somebody literally just said, my goal for November was to get 1 client, and they just secured their first client. And this is what, November 9th? So, I mean, shout out to my community. They do all the work. They do all the amazing things, and it makes it easy for me to be able to post receipts. But I'm just thinking of somebody like, I need to be able to see receipts if I'm going to purchase something.
Right.
Researches stuff. I look at reviews. I'm looking at YouTube reviews, all of that. So I want to be able to give that experience for people who aren't interested, because we know it's a lot of people who have courses out here, and the courses don't be hitting for like they be.
Right.
So it's important for me to be able to provide receipts for people. And if they feel some type of way about the receipts, the program's not for you. But I got a lot of amazing things going on, so I don't got to lie about receipts.
Right, definitely don't. And are you still doing like a webinar like every week?
I do. The thing about me, I'm very consistent. I do a webinar every single week. One is because I'm not necessarily trying to sell people on something. I want people to really understand what they're getting themselves into when I say creating a virtual assistant business. I think people get afraid of the word business and they think, oh my goodness, I got to do all this work. I got to do this. But it's okay to be uncomfortable temporarily if you have an opportunity to make, extra 4 to 5 figures a month, in addition to maybe another business, in addition to a 9 to 5. So I do the webinar because I know people have questions and I want to be able to answer those questions for people.
I love that. And if y'all got any questions, of course, feel free to drop it down. Also, if you, whatever you want me to touch on, funnels or ads or whatever, feel free to ask whenever you're ready. I love talking about that stuff. What are some of the biggest challenges you face with growing your team?
It's so interesting. People ask me about challenges, like I just do not live in that space. Like I'm always pivoting. So it's always like hard for me to think about like challenges. So
yeah, that's a good mindset to
have. No, yeah, for sure. But I get this question like every time I'm on a podcast or something. I'm just like, I don't know. Like I would have.
We don't see no challenges, right?
Right, but I'm trying to think. So, well, one I would say, I don't know. I don't even like to use the word challenge, but I would say that just building a team and making sure people are a right fit. So any type of employment situation, any type of business contract, you want to make sure people are the right fit for your team and figure out what their overall goals are. Because for me personally, I don't want to constantly have to hire and retrain people. I want to make sure qualified people are part of my team. So a lot of times it's just making sure. So first of all, what we just recently did, we implemented an internship program before we actually bring people on permanently to our team. We want to make sure they're comfortable with the work that they're providing because even though you might have your own virtual assistant business, even though you may have been a receptionist, you've never worked for Elevated Assist before. So our experience is going to be a little bit different than things they may be used to because, again, we are still a growing company, but we want to also make sure that we're able to retain really, really good VAs on our team as well.
I love that. Yeah, for me personally, like you got me not even want to say challenge no more, but for some of the hurdles or whatever we want to, for me, like just team in general has been one of the biggest struggles as an entrepreneur because it's just naturally not my strength. You know what I mean? Like I can sell, market, get clients, like we can do all that stuff, but like team building, hiring people, systems, managing people, making sure we got the right people, to me, that's just been one of the most challenging parts. And then also, like you said, when you do bring on people, make sure you have systems in place, making sure you can onboard them correctly, making sure you train them correctly. Because a lot of times, entrepreneurs, we may be mad at our team members or what they're doing or not doing, but we might not have set them up for success. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I had to learn the most, probably because I had to realize that everybody doesn't think like Annalisa.
Right.
And I don't even know if I'm saying stuff out loud to even communicate. I'm just thinking that people may be reading my mind. So once again, shout out to my team again, because now I have an operations manager, a director of client services, and they're like, look, let us handle it because they may feel some type of way from the message coming from you, and I didn't realize that. So we're really focusing now on not only nurturing our clients, but also nurturing our team to make sure they feel supported. Do they need additional training? How can we help them? Because, some entrepreneurs that you work with, y'all can be a lot, or y'all not. Sometimes the entrepreneurs that we may work with, they're not able to define what they really want, which is really, really, really hard because they have this expectation, but they also don't know what they want either. So we're constantly just nurturing our team and nurturing our clients too.
Yeah, I love that. And that brought me to the next thing I wanted to talk about, because I'm sure you probably get this question, and I used to always have it too, like, what should my VA be doing? You know what I mean? Or like, what task should I give my VA? I'm overwhelmed. I'm doing so much. But when I bring someone on, like, I don't know what to give them. And like, do people ask you that question a lot?
Absolutely. Yeah, we actually have a form to help people like delegate certain tasks. So I always tell people, think about things you don't have time to do, you don't want to do, or you don't know how to do. Any of those things, but also there are just certain small tasks as a CEO, as a founder of your business that you probably shouldn't be handling. You shouldn't be responding to redundant questions in your DMs, redundant questions in your emails. Like that is not being a good use of your time, because your time is, if we just even look at it from a dollar standpoint, way valuable. So in those non-revenue generating tasks, hand it over. So me personally, like I even had a hard time delegating certain things because I wanted things to be done a certain way. So my operations manager is like, let's go over these SOPs. Let's put these SOPs in place to make sure things are completed the way you would like them to be completed. So again, shout out to my team. Like they take care of everything. We have regular updates now just to make sure things are running smoothly. But as an entrepreneur, those non-revenue generating tasks,
Right.
give it to the virtual assistant. Your calendars, your emails, give it to the virtual assistant. Travel management, give it to your virtual assistant. So there's some regular things that most virtual assistants usually handle, no matter what industry the business owner's in.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, what should the VA do? The answer is think.
Wait, I don't get it. The answer is think. What do you mean? The answer, but let me just be clear, because sometimes business owners, they rely so much on their virtual assistant. Your virtual assistant is there to assist your business,
Right,
not
right.
business.
Oh, say it again, please. People in the back.
There to assist your business and not running your business. Okay, so there will be a lot of times where all those things that I said, like before, things you don't have time to do or you don't want to do, those not wanting to do things become a lot, and the list becomes a long list. Because entrepreneur, they just, I don't know, they want to have a soft life and just vacation every single week, but they have to come back and be like, hey, this is your business. So the VA should just be assisting the business, small tasks. They should not be completing, they should not be running your webinars. They should not be leading your courses, which we've done for clients before. Okay. Like, it gets weird, guys. So you as the business owner still need to operate and help grow your business, and this virtual assistant should just be assisting the business.
Mm-hmm.
Andre said I was looking for all the money. I found it. Oh, I need VAs to think. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's all about. When you're interviewing your VA, you should definitely be asking the right questions as well. Demarcus, please. They should, yeah. When you're screening your VAs, you should be asking the right questions. And like, usually when I have a call with people, or my client services director has a call with people, we already have a questionnaire. You need to be able to give us a list of what you want to delegate.
Right.
Examples of things that you want to delegate, but you still may not be ready to delegate those tasks yet.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest about, what are you ready to give up as the business owner? And then also what systems are you utilizing within your business? Because that's been entrepreneurs we worked before. They're super happy to work with us, but it's hard to get work out of them, and they're paying for the service because they're just not ready to delegate stuff, or they don't know how to delegate items.
Yeah, I love that. Shout out to Dre in the chat. I'm curious also on your approach to content, because listen, you be putting out some amazing content. It's hard for me to believe that you before weren't a social media person or everything like that. But your content is like really good. You have been growing your page really, really fast. You get tons of engagement. I know you get tons of clients from your content. So without giving, of course, everything away to everyone, what is some of like your methods or your content strategy? Because like I'll be trying to keep up. Like, damn.
I know, and like I had a more concrete content strategy. Now I'm just like putting things out there. And also Instagram just be too iffy for me to even dedicate so much energy to these days. But say like the focus is always to try to be relatable to your audience. Most of my audience, they have questions pertaining to being a virtual assistant, working from home, making an additional stream of income. And that's where I try to gear my content. So the content needs to be relatable. I either tell my clients we need to be able to entertain people, whether it's teaching them something, motivating them, engaging them, something along those lines. And I try to do that with my content. So
Yeah, I love it. And I always go back and forth with other people of like organic content, paid content. Like I'm big on paid ads and organic, but like,
yeah.
You one of the people that are, but like your organic content probably be better than a lot of people's paid ads. Like for real.
Oh yeah. So I went viral on TikTok at the beginning of the year, and then I was just really focusing on TikTok for like most of the year. And then again, I'm doing the webinars every week. I'm creating content every week. So I wanted to try out paid ads with TikToks, and the TikTok ads started to do really, really well as well. So I love a combination of both.
Yeah, I love that. That's what I always say. Like the real answer is you need both, because if you do something organically, you can see what works, you can see what goes viral, you see how people respond, and then if it does do well, you can just put some paid money behind it because you already kind of got proof of concept on the actual content.
Absolutely, I completely agree.
Anybody got any questions? That was most of my questions. Or if you got any questions for me about anything digital marketing funnel ads, like you say, you're gearing up for Black Friday weekend, really busy in our agency because everybody's coming to us most of the time at the last minute to get their Black Friday campaign ready.
Absolutely. So if people wanted to start doing some paid marketing right now for Black Friday, is it too late?
It's not too late, but you better get on it right now just to make sure you have everything in order. Number one, like making sure you have a good offer.
Right.
Because with Black Friday, people are looking for a steal. They're looking for something, not saying you're not giving value, but something low price, something where it's like an irresistible offer. So number one, making sure you have a really, really good offer. It's built out, whether it's your funnel page, your landing page, your Shopify store, like wherever it is where people can actually purchase it, make sure all that's built out, and then having your assets ready for your ads. So your copy, your graphics, your videos, all your content ready, and then actually getting it ready to like be scheduled and actually go, right before Black Friday. So it's not too late, but if you just start from scratch, you better get to work.
Is the copy more important than the content, or the content's more important than the copy?
Good question. In my personal opinion, there's a lot of different schools of thought. I think the content is more important because I think a lot of people don't read.
I was gonna say that people don't like.
People don't
They
read.
don't. The comments that you get on certain posts, it's like no way that they're reading.
No way, yo. I get even on my ads, like people will be like, "I'm interested. Like, how do I learn more? How can I do it?" Like, I always give a call to action in the ad. It's
Yeah.
either click it, buy something, buy my course, schedule a call. Like, there's always a call to action, and people still like, how can I learn more? How can I get to go to the next step? So I personally would say like the content because people don't read. So if you got a good video, of course you want to add the captions because a lot of times people don't even listen. They'll just read the captions or everything like that in the video, or a good image and graphic. And a lot of people sleep on images and graphics. Most time video does better, but it's tons of ads that we test right now where a good graphic or a good image will actually outweigh the outweigh the video.
Got it. And then for the funnels that you build, do you do it for service-based businesses, or are you focused more so like e-commerce?
Both. We're actually getting a lot more service based. So we work with tons of like lawyers, accountants, doctors, people doing digital products, e-commerce folks as well. But yeah, we got tons of service based businesses. Plus, my business is service based business. So we got tons of funnels we're running as well.
And do you teach people how to build funnels? You have a course for that, right?
I do. Yeah, I do. I'm actually working on another one. So it's going to be another one that's launching beginning of the year. And I have a book that's coming out in the beginning of the year. So our main model is done for you, but I am getting a lot more questions about teaching people, getting more speaking engagements. So we do teach people also.
Okay. And then I know I have people here from my audience. So how did you get into the funnel service-based business? Like, how did that start? How did that take off?
That's a good question. So professionally, when I did work in corporate, I worked in finance, and I worked for finance for many years, had my securities licenses, but I didn't want to work in corporate no more. So when I first became an entrepreneur, it was in finance. So I wrote a book, I did courses, I had a coaching program. So it was everything around like financial literacy, wealth building, investments, because that's what my professional background was in. But since I didn't have my job anymore, like I had to learn how to make money as an entrepreneur, which was
Right.
really difficult. It was really hard. I struggled a lot, but I just started learning like all this stuff of like funnels and lead generation and advertising and email marketing. And I just like literally dove into something. I got to learn how to make money. Like I got to be able to support myself and my family and just, be able to make money as a man.
Right.
So I just started learning like all this stuff, going to conferences and webinars and trainings and coaches and everything. So I got really good at it. So I started indirectly, like just helping people, like even people like Andre and other entrepreneurs that I started to know. They'd be like, "Yo, I saw like your landing page or your website and like or your ad on Facebook. Like, can I hire the person who did it?" I'd be like, "I did it actually," and they'd be like, "You did it? Like, can you do it for me? Can you help me?" So I just started like indirectly helping other people, and then I made a decision. I was like, I actually want to build an agency. I want to shift business models. I want to actually do this as my main business.
I love it. So, what advice do you have people who want to like start an agency, start a service-based business? Some people that are stuck in their 9 to 5 and they want to be an entrepreneur. What advice do you have for those people?
Um, get really clear about what you want to do and who you want to serve, and just try to deliver results as much as possible. I know a lot of people when you are trying to make that shift, and this is a big shift, um,
Right.
and a lot of people just they don't know what they want to do. You know what I
That
mean?
like when people say I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to be a business owner. That's so broad. Like you
Right.
have to figure. And I always tell people, like, you're gonna get to a certain amount of money where it's just like not gonna motivate you anymore. So you have to be very consistent on what your why is and like why you do what you do. Like in the virtual assistant space, we can do small tasks that really help people and they really appreciate that. We like helping people. We can help them put out fires. So that's what we continue to focus on and just helping small entrepreneurs. But again, y'all gonna hit six figures and it's gonna be all good. Y'all might have a 6-figure month, and then
Right.
at that, you just really not as motivated by money. So it's so important for you all to figure out why you do what you do and figure out what business is going to work for you. Every business is not going to work for you. You're not going to be interested in every business. There's
Right.
businesses that I was going to start. It didn't work out. So just find your lane.
Yeah, I love that. So yeah, I definitely agree 100%. Because I have worked with a number of people in that space, and I always say like, think about what you want to do, and like, can your passion and profit like blend? You know what I mean? I don't think you should be like 100%, like you said, just going after the money. I just want to make money, just want to make profit. And then I don't think also it should be 100% just passion, because at the end of the day, like you could be so passionate about something, but if it ain't making money, you're not going to be able to really help people, and
Absolutely.
everything like that.
Absolutely. No, that's a good example. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, like if I'm super passionate about something that ain't making me no money, it ain't gonna last for
Right.
me. So
No matter
I'm,
how passionate.
I'm gonna keep that as a hobby and do it every now and then and just focus on being able to make money.
I agree.
Somebody said everybody trying to hop into real estate. I mean, so many different ways to get into real estate. I think sometimes people think they have to be a realtor to invest in real estate, and you don't. So yeah, I think just a lot of different people try to become realtors as an additional stream of income. And I know that work is very, very hard. Okay. But
Yeah,
it's ways you can definitely invest in real estate.
absolutely.
What do you all have for us
Yeah.
about funnel?
Got funnels, ads, VA, get doing six figures in your first year of business, which is amazing.
Man, all I can say about that, all I can say about that is that be consistent. Be consistent. The way I got the results that I got is because I was doing stuff every single day. I was working on my business every single day. When people were inviting me places, I was just like, nah, I'm good. I was super, super, super focused. And now, I can book me a random trip to Jamaica and not have to worry about anything.
Right.
So all the people that was saying you work too much, you do too much, I'm good now. I got,
Right.
I have things in motion. So I think it's always temporary sacrifice, long-term gain.
I agree.
Yeah. Temporary sacrifice. Literally, I would say, and I think people need to understand too, when you're an entrepreneur, you're going to sacrifice something, whether it's time or money. So you have to
Right.
figure out what that's going to be. I sacrificed a lot of time that I could have hung out with friends, family. At the time, love my family, love my friends, but like it was nothing that it wasn't adding much value in my life if I
Right.
know to change it and spend other time with them. So, and I know that my overall why is not just to help myself, but also to help others as well.
Right.
So that's going to be also a battle that you go through as an entrepreneur. Like you're going to have to sacrifice something.
You are definitely. hmm yeah, let us know if y'all got any other questions. I don't want to keep you too much longer. I know you got a lot going on. I know you're busy, but I definitely appreciate you just hopping on.
Andre said, how many units do you have?
I have three.
Shout out to you. Yes. I
Yes.
love
Yeah, it's been Andre. No, he's been with me the entire journey. It's a long time coming. Trying to get this done and be a real estate investor. So I am happy to have three units. I'm working on my next deal soon.
Yes, I would love to buy something else before the year's over. I just need to focus and get my life together. But yes, that's great. That's great. I know we was talking about real estate in the chat. Quickly, yes, I do encourage people to invest in real estate if they do have the means, but also look at programs in your area. So when I purchased my first property, first thing I told my lender, I was like, I want a multifamily unit and I want to be able to use grants. And I led with that until they was like, yes, yes, yes. Okay. I only had to put 3,600 down, and obviously I made my money back times. I don't know how many
A
times.
lot.
That definitely made my money back. So it's different options out there for people. Sometimes you just gotta look for it.
I love that. I think someone had a question.
So someone said, I'm currently branching into the HR space and I want to know how I can get into the VA space and what would you do? Can you see the rest of it or no?
Yeah, what would you do you think will be suited for me?
Well, it overall depends. So I want people to first think about, when you think about the virtual assistant space, I think sometimes people assume that you have to learn completely new skill sets. Most of the skill sets that you have within your 9 to 5 are transferable into the virtual assistant space. I will say that there are small business owners out there that do need human resources support, or you can also either transition into an HR consultant where you're creating different like codes of conducts, helping them with their training, making sure they're compliant within their business, especially if they have actual employees. But from a virtual assistant standpoint, as long as you can send an email, you can type blogs, any admin things that you currently do for your current 9 to 5, that can also be transferred into your virtual assistant business.
Mm-hmm.
I would say most people that's worked in any type of customer support related role, you have an opportunity to transition those skill sets into a virtual assistant business. I think when people get lost is y'all forget y'all got to promote your business.
Right.
Randomly gonna come up to you and be like, "Hey, I heard you was a VA." Nobody's gonna know. So I think most people can, be a virtual assistant.
Mm-hmm. And like you always say, like just being able to work from like anywhere in the world or in your home or in your pajamas, like listen,
Exactly.
that's so valuable, like for real.
Absolutely, especially for people who want to be able to work from home. That's why I appreciate my community so much because I'm able to hear their stories like, hey, I was able to replace my 9 to 5 with my virtual assistant business, or hey, I got so many clients now, I'm about to hire an assistant from the community. So I think that more than anything, even when I have one-on-one calls with people, the thing that stops them or prevents them from getting to the next level is fear. So they care so much about what other people think. They care about, well, do I have to show my face on social media? Or do I have to be on Instagram to get clients? And I always tell people, you don't have to be on social media to make money as an entrepreneur. I personally think you're making it harder on yourself, not willing to put yourselves on these platforms where people around the world have access to it.
Right.
You can decide, you can decide what you want to do. But me personally, I'm an introvert and I'm a homebody. I'm not going to networking events every week to promote my business. Like that's not what I care to do. Currently, if I'm getting the leads that I need to from the comfort of my own home on social media. So I do think people are making it harder on themselves by not wanting to market their business on some certain social media platforms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Like you said, you definitely can make money. You can build your business without being on social media or putting your face out there. You definitely can. But will you make as much? Will you live to the full potential that you could? Probably not.
Yes. So I see somebody else's question in the comment section in regards to being in another country, like Africa, as a VA. So the thing about being in another country, I would say you can still promote your services to people that live in the United States. They're used to paying a premium for virtual assistants, but make sure your systems are compatible. Make sure you have solid Wi-Fi. And the only reason I say that is because I've known people to hire people outside of the country, and the top things that they had issues with was one, language barrier, two, systems not being compatible in their country, and the inconsistent Wi-Fi. So you still have a service that you have to provide to these clients. But as long as you can provide a quality service, people will be willing to hire you. I know people in my community that live in Haiti, Jamaica, the Caribbean, the US, the UK, Canada, and they've been able to get clients. You still have to market yourself a certain way. You still have to ensure that you're going to provide a quality service, even though you live in another country.
Mm-hmm. I love that. All right, what platforms would you recommend to run your ads to as far as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, or Google? I generally say you should just advertise on all platforms. Also, you definitely want to know where your avatar is. So is your avatar on Instagram, Facebook? Are they on Snapchat? Are they on Google? Are they on TikTok? Are they on LinkedIn if you have like a professional avatar? Personally, our agency specializes in Facebook and Instagram ads. We're starting to dabble in TikTok and just test stuff and see how that is. because we know the attention is being shifted over there. But I definitely think at minimum Facebook, Instagram, Google, and then test Snapchat. I haven't really looked at Snapchat ads. I never ran them. I don't have any data on them. But I think you should be wherever your customer is.
Absolutely. And then Pinterest is also another option. People be sleeping on Pinterest.
They do.
It depends on it obviously depends on your product, your service that you're offering, but the moms be on there, okay? The women, they be on Pinterest, so that is not another option. Somebody else said, I'm that person. I'm an introvert as well. How did you get comfortable with, hold on, I think, I lost it.
It says,
how did you get comfortable with being on social media for your business? So
once that money started rolling in, I'm playing.
no, but that like that's a backtrack on what I said. But in the beginning, money was a motivator for me. So obviously, I still have my 9 to 5. I'm just saying, once you get to a certain number, it's just like I'm at this point. I'm kind of guaranteed another 5 figures this month.
Right.
Like, you can lose interest in doing certain things. But what I would say in the beginning, money was a motivator. Like having an extra $2,000, $3,000 a month can really change some people's lives. So saying that all I have to do is put a 30-second reel on Instagram, see how the views go to get additional leads, that's going to put an extra $1,000, $2,000 in my pocket. That was nothing for me. And I also don't care what other people think. I know a lot of people have a hard time with that. I don't know nobody that's talking about me that's doing better than me. Okay.
Right. Facts.
I don't really care what other people think. So I think you have to, I think a lot of people have to recognize that everybody gets nervous. You have to it's a normal human trait. Everybody is afraid to put themselves out there. But what if you don't put yourself out there? Like I'm more concerned about not executing on something than caring what other people think. So again, you have to figure out what your why is. Is your goal, or even your overall goal, is your goal to make $2,000 a month? Well, what if all you had to do was create a 30-second reel that will bring in additional leads for your business? 30 seconds of your, that's going to bring $2,000 in your business consistently. So I think do what makes you comfortable, right? I'm not telling you to do like dancing on TikTok or Instagram if you're not comfortable doing that, because people are going to know that you're uncomfortable. They're going to see it through your content. So do what you feel comfortable doing. Like just start talking to yourself. You can recreate a lot of content. There's so many examples of content out there that works for people. There are some people out there who put content out there and they never talk in their content. So there's different ways to do it, but at some point you have to figure out when you're ready to be uncomfortable. Because if you want to grow, if you want to become a business owner, if you're making $50,000 a year and you want to make 6 figures a year, at some point you're going to be uncomfortable because you're going to be doing something different. So figure out what that level of uncomfort you're willing to go. And hopefully here people are becoming uncomfortable. So
yeah, I hope I caught that gem, because that is key. Like when you're growing and when you're trying to get to new levels, you're going to be uncomfortable. Like you should want to be uncomfortable. If you are comfortable where you at, then you're probably not hitting your goal. And I think also people really don't understand how valuable like this device is.
It's so valuable.
Think about it. Like if you think about, 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, like if you could sit in the house, make a video on your phone and make extra thousands of dollars, like that's so revolutionary. Like I don't think people really understand how crazy that is. Like we so used to it now in the times we're in, but if you really think back and just think outside the box and put it in perspective, it's crazy to think like how you can make money nowadays, and like you just can't miss out an opportunity. You're leaving too much money on the table if you don't want to put yourself out there.
I was literally talking to my friends about that, and we were just like, it's way too easy. Like it's way too easy to make money out here. Anybody that feels like it's hard is probably like you're in your head too much. It's so many opportunities to offer someone a solution for something, and you don't even got to leave your house to make the money, which is crazy.
Right.
Like you don't even have to leave the house. So if anybody who feels like they're an introvert, I just want just write everything down. Like this is what you're gonna do for the week. Like it might be putting out one reel for the week, or putting myself out there, or sliding in somebody's DMs or emails to offer a service. But if you provide good work and you focus on getting one client, that may lead to multiple clients because you're continuing to provide a really, really good service. So in the beginning, you may have to do a lot of upfront work in creating content for your business, but at some point, it'll be more natural. So I think people need to understand being uncomfortable for certain tasks and certain things is still very temporary, because at some point you have a certain comfort level to it.
Any other questions? Say growth is uncontrollable.
Yes, guys, you should want to grow. Imagine being the same person every single year. That's terrible. That's
That ain't it. That ain't it.
like if anybody says you change, you should not be the same person you was last year. You should not.
He said, Ryan, do you unfollow or follow? Okay, follow. Do you follow Jason Flatty? I don't think so. I think that name sounds familiar, but I don't think so. Also, Annalisa, if people want to get into your program, if they want to join your webinar, if they just want to connect with you, if they want to become a client, how can they do so?
Absolutely. So if you are looking to hire a virtual assistant, an elevated virtual assistant, go to www.elevatedassist.com, or you can go to our Instagram page at Elevated Assist. We are currently accepting, we got some current leads that we're securing for the month, but we're accepting 4 this month and additional 6 next month. Anybody else will probably have to wait 2023.
Elevatedassist.com, right?
Yep, you got it.
Okay, let me put there.
If you're looking to make $46 a month as a virtual comfort of your own home, I would recommend signing up for my free webinar schedule for tomorrow. The link is in my bio. So if you have a skill set that you feel like you can monetize, definitely tap into my webinar tomorrow. I'll be able to answer questions towards the end and tell you how everything you need in the very beginning from a high level to get started.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you're not following either one of us already, just go to the top, drop down. You don't have to leave the live. Just go to the top, drop down, click it on both of our names. If you're not following either one of us, make sure you definitely follow us. And then Miss Fitzjones said, looking to get more clients, where is the best place to look?
Where's the best place to look? So I don't know if you're going to like my response, but the goal is for clients to come to you. So think about what you're doing to attract certain clients. So whether it's on your social media platforms, how consistent are you on those platforms? But also with your current clients, don't be afraid to say, hey, I'm scaling my virtual assistant business. I'm looking for more clients. Most entrepreneurs hang out with other entrepreneurs, so that may be an opportunity for them to get a referral. I have a referral program now. So if you want to offer them a certain amount of money for them to refer certain clients to you, you can always let your current clients know about that opportunity. But let them know, say, hey, I'm looking to expand my services. If you know anyone looking for a virtual assistant, send them my way. And then also there's always Facebook groups. If you're in my community, definitely apply to the job opportunities we post every single Tuesday. Definitely apply to those opportunities. You all know that any opportunities that come my way, if they're friends or family, I always refer them to you all because I don't really like to mix business and family and friends. So I post in the community, but you all know every Tuesday we post job opportunities for people to apply to so they can get clients as a virtual assistant.
I love that. And that brought me to another question that I have. Do you tell, any of your clients to or if any of your clients, do they niche down or a virtual assistant just for product brands and beauty, or a virtual assistant just for lawyers, or, do any of them niche down like that?
Not specifically. We have clients from different backgrounds. So a lot of my clients have just worked with multiple people in the same industry. So usually if I have a new client coming on in that industry, I probably would pair them with that. So that's happened with some people within the cosmetology business, and then also people within the CPA business as well. So it just depends. We work with people in so many different industries. And a lot of them still want some of the same tasks to be completed no matter what industry they're in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. I don't have any more questions. If anybody got any last questions, I definitely want to thank you again for just coming on. I know you got a lot going on. I know you're growing your business, you're being consistent, you're doing content, you're doing webinars, serving clients. So I definitely just appreciate you just coming on and dropping tons of gems for people.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And y'all got any last questions? Drop them now. If not, y'all gonna have to pay after this live.
Period. Okay. we get on these lives to answer y'all questions for free. Y'all don't be answering enough questions.
Right.
And then y'all be trying to slide in our DMs. And
Right.
My sister's like, she don't answer questions in the DMs. So I'm trying to help the people.
Right. Yeah, we can give another couple minutes, but yeah, I don't see any other questions. Also, what else? Do you have anything else new coming up, or anything special that you have for Black Friday, or anything for the new year, anything new you want people to know about?
Yeah, so right now you can get the virtual assistant course with the community. I may be separating that and maybe additional costs for some people. I'm gonna say y'all, if just look at your emails, lock in when you can because I'm constantly changing. Because people last Black Friday, I actually increased my price, so people was waiting to the last minute to get the course. So no telling what I have up my sleeves this year because I really want to work with people who are intentional and people who are willing to execute. But also, a lot more people are wanting to expand their virtual assistant business into an agency. And
Mhm.
running an agency and having just you as within your virtual assistant business, two different beasts, right? So, probably going to come out with a course pertaining to that to help kind of coach people through building an agency and what that looks like. Other things coming out, so we'll see. We will see. I am always working. Someone said, "What payment methods do you recommend?" Is that for me? I'm gonna
Yeah, I think so.
shout out to not Elevated, Evolved Assistant. She got her course and she launched her business. What payment methods do you recommend? So you'll be sending them invoice. So any invoicing system you feel comfortable with. I used to use PayPal Business. I now use QuickBooks. But there's so many different options out there. All of them will take some sort of a fee out of it, but you just have to figure out what works for you. I also use HoneyBook. HoneyBook also has an invoice where you can send people invoicing. So it's a lot of options out there. There's a lot of free options as well. So I would just say do your research. I can't vouch for any any payment platform because
Yeah.
no, they might hold my money tomorrow. Okay,
Right,
but
right, right, right.
I can't vouch for any. Just figure out which one works for you.
Yeah, I think what I've seen with a lot of them, it just really comes down to preference. They
Yeah,
they all pretty much the same. You know what I mean? Like me, I use Stripe the most.
yeah.
Stripe like my favorite one, but PayPal is great. Of course, I've used QuickBooks, for my accounting, and I've done invoicing through there. I know HoneyBook, or a lot of people use Dubsado is
Yeah.
another one. So I think it's just preference.
Yeah, it's so many different options out there.
Mhm. She said, "Thank you." I don't see any more questions. Something someone asked in the beginning. I will be saving this live. If y'all got any other questions, feel free to drop it down. Or you can hit us in the DM. But again, I just thank you, appreciate you for just coming on and dropping some gems. Thank you.
All right, have a good night, everybody. Bye.